We're live.
Ah!
All right, I'm just going to wait to make sure that people see us. If you see us, say hi. We love seeing that you guys are already chatting and giving us some lovely questions to answer. And feel free to introduce yourself in the comments as well. I just want to make sure I'm going to reload my page, so it might talk to me for a minute. Yep. We talked to ourselves for a minute there.
Did we really? Shoot.
Let's see. Where the heck are the comments now?
It looks like it's working. It's live.
I just have to find the live comments. I found them. Okay, I scrolled. Okay. Hello, everyone. I see familiar faces. This is great. I see Peggy Spencer. I see Jesse. I don't know why I said that weird.
Say it now, Jesse.
So Bethany and I have some huge things to tell you guys. But you have to stay tuned to figure out what it is we are revealing today. But to hold tight, we are going to do a fun Q&A. I already saw some questions right before we even start. So I'm actually going to do those first before they disappear.
Oh, yeah, right.
So the first question comes from Amelia Faye. Have you ever had to shelve a project? Bethany.
Oh, put me on the spot. Okay. I see how it is. You want to think about it?
Oh, no, I already have an answer. If you want me to answer first.
I don't think I have. I'll just give the short answer. I don't think so. I shelved it for 5 years, but I came back to it. So.
And I had a project. I got decently far into it. I wrote it after I finished writing Essence. And then I shelved it because I wanted to write I Am Mercy instead. And then after I finished writing I Am Mercy, I no longer had any desire to go back to it.
Oh, yes, I know how that is. Yeah.
I was like, it was a fun story, but now that I look back, I'm like, it really didn't make sense.
I love that. Okay, if we're going further back, maybe, yeah. Some stories you grow out of, it's normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So next is from Kiz J. Monkerf. I apologize for that. When you get a story idea, what goes into the decision of actually exploring / writing it?
Ooh, that's a good one. You want me to go first?
Sure.
I've got my answer off the bat. Save the cat, man. I love save the cat. No, I'm just kidding. I suppose asking the question, what if, a lot. What if this happened? What if that happened? And following the rabbit trails. But then when you get more serious, to know if you truly have a story, I really love basically outlining the whole book, and I use Save the Cat to do that. So good. The write a novel one, guys.
I always go, if I'm passionate enough about it, then I can make it work. I've had some I have a really hard time coming up with story ideas. When people are like, "What's your next novel about?" I'm like, I don't have the issue of having multiple story ideas, so I usually just have one idea and I just poke it to death until it becomes a story.
I love that. Poke it to death. New story rule. To death.
Let's see. We have from Angel Mystique. What other genres would you like to tackle?
Ooh.
I would love to hear Bethany's answer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because I write all over the place, whereas you don't.
That's true. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm expanding into fantasy, and that's what I'm super excited about. But if we weren't counting fantasy, which is what I'm actually doing, maybe either romance, but I feel like I'd be too scared to touch that. Or maybe historical, because I grew up reading basically historical romance type stuff. Oh my gosh, I love that. And now I've gone totally to sci-fi and fantasy, but that was my jam.
Hold on. I'm being told.
Uh-oh, do we freeze?
No, they said they can't see me. Hold on.
Wait, before you go anywhere.
I'm black.
It might be because it switches back and forth, guys. Let us know if you can see Mandy when she's talking, because sometimes it only goes on the person who's talking.
Is this better now? Thank you, Jesse, by the way, for texting me because I was up higher in the comments.
Oh no. Okay.
Um, so hopefully this is better. I had my filming light on, so it was making my face freakishly white and the rest of me really black.
Oh,
They said they only see you still.
oh, at all? Uh-oh.
That's weird.
Should we?
I don't know how to fix that.
I don't either.
Okay. I'm going to, is my camera, you can see me, right?
I can see you fine, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
On Google Hangouts, do you have it where it's like not letting it go live?
No, it says live. I'm going to pull it up on my phone, like the live stream, and see if it.
Oh, good idea.
Let's see.
Letting it go live.
Oh, shoot. I know why.
You know why?
I'm clicked on you. Can you guys see me now? So I forgot that when you click on someone's like name, the camera just stays on them.
Oh, I see you. It's with you. Okay, good.
I apologize for that greatly. Thank you all for letting me know. The camera has been on. That was it. That was all it was. Okay, back to questions and answers. Did I answer the question? I forget what the question was.
No, it was about what genre would you write? It's separate from what you've already done, obviously.
You finished answering, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, I would like to, so I love reading like murder mysteries and thriller, like really hardcore thrillers. And She's Not Here was technically a psychological thriller, but it was also like a medical thriller. And I would love to just write a like hardcore thriller, like truish to the genre thriller.
Like running into a room and they're like, someone's chasing you, that kind of.
I would love to do that. Like people think it's weird. Like I grew up watching I didn't grow up. I didn't do this as a child. I did this as a teenager watching the ID Network, which is just a whole bunch of shows like true stories about murderers.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Obsessed. Like my parents were concerned.
That would keep me up at night. I would be so terrified.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I like, sometimes Phil stays out late and I go to bed before he gets home, I make sure all the doors are locked, windows, stuff like that. I do get paranoid, but Phil hates that stuff and I love it. Whereas he loves like paranormal stuff and I hate it like with a passion.
Oh my gosh. Opposites attract.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not good on movie night though.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's the trick with us too, is picking the next show on Netflix. What do we watch?
Oh, what was it we watched? We watched it was some sort of horror movie that like a ton of people had warned me about, like don't watch this horror movie, and we watched it and like a half hour into it I'm like, I'm gonna regret this. I don't like this already. I'm like, nope. But I'm like, I gotta see the ending now.
Yeah, you have to. Like once you start, it's like, but I need to know.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna find the next question.
I found it here. It was, what craft books would you recommend for a beginner writer?
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I have my two go-to.
I think you have your go-to, and I have my go-to.
Yeah.
My go-to, I guess, would probably be better for a very much beginner because I feel like a lot of the tips are obvious, but I like it. So it's On Writing by Stephen King. This will forever be my favorite book on writing because I love memoirs, and it's a memoir on writing. But it's not just tips on writing; it's his own personal experience with it as well. So that's why I like it.
Ooh, you're selling that to me really well. I have it, and I still haven't read it.
I have a poor beaten version of the book with all notes in it.
Nice. Oh, another one for beginners, like if you need just encouragement and just like somebody just like kind of talk you through, like you can do this, just keep going, is Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott.
Oh, yes.
You read that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love it. I still have some of the quotes like saved all over my house.
That's what I like about that book, because if I remember correctly, you can just kind of jump around when reading it.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one, because we could probably both go on about all the different recommendations, is Writing 21st Century Fiction by Donald Mass. I like it because it's great when you're in the middle of writing a book and you're like stuck on how to make it more interesting. And it just gives you questions to ask yourself. And it's honestly the most helpful thing ever.
Sweet. I love that. I still have to get it because you told me about it and I forgot.
Did you have any other recommendations?
No, I'm good. Those are my favorites.
Oh, someone from Canada was just calling me. Jesse, was that you? That was really weird, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one comes from Peggy Spencer. How do you combat decision fatigue?
Like, does that mean like when you are just worn out from all the options, kind of? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
No, Peggy, if you're watching, can you elaborate a little bit more? We're gonna skip to another question, but we'll come back to that if you can like elaborate, because I was kind of wondering the same thing.
Yeah, like I feel like I probably have an answer, but I want to make sure I'm answering right.
Right. Amiri, I see you said you have a question. Can I answer it? Did you ask it on Instagram? Because I'm about to head over to my Instagram questions. This one comes from Brie Leclerc. You know her. And it is, how much do you guys love me, with that creepy little emoji?
So much. We love you. Love you so much.
Absolutely so much. You're the one that helped me name my cactus Arizona.
Oh, yes, that's right. She's the best, you guys. She's the best. Is she here, or was that like from
I
earlier?
saw her in the comments at the beginning. And yes, Jesse, you are the only one who lives in Canada. I haven't seen her recently, but I saw her when the stream was like before it started.
And then when she couldn't see your face, she left. She's like, I'm over it. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
That was it. She missed me that much.
Yeah. Aw.
So next is, so this is all Instagram questions now, is Demi Grace Books. How hard was it to start posting videos? Did it take you a while to take the plunge?
Posting videos, like starting on YouTube, basically?
Yes.
Okay. You go first.
Oh, okay. All right. So I started on YouTube a long, long time ago. Not even on this channel, but a different one. So I'll let you know the history of Mandi.
Yeah.
I started my first YouTube channel, I think was for my guinea pigs. Yep.
That's awesome.
The second YouTube channel was for my Twilight obsession. I would take clips of the movies and edit them to music. Yeah, hardcore obsessed. But I was good at it. That's how I started video editing. My third YouTube channel, I played guitar very badly.
Nice.
I deleted that channel. I deleted all the channels except this one.
Guinea pig channels, Colin?
My fourth YouTube channel here, Mandi Lynn Vlogs. And if you go way back, it was just literally just a vlogging channel because I thought I was cool and I was interesting. And then eventually I started doing the book writing stuff and wanted to document that. And I was awkward. I was very awkward. Like, go ahead and watch one of my first videos because I'm like, I cleared my first agent today. I'm supposed to hear back from them in this amount of time. And yeah, it was really bad and painful.
We all are awkward when we start. There's no avoiding it.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Unless you were to record like 100 that you never share, which, you know, if you want to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be awkward, right?
What about you, Bethany?
So this is fun. I like this history of YouTube. So my history, just to sum it up, is in like 2008 or 10, one of those two. I started my channel for music, actually. And I was like at a music school for a semester, like a travel abroad. And I was like, I'm going to start being like this, my favorite singer at the time, Kina Grannis. And I'm going to have YouTube videos every week. And so I did that for a while. And then I sort of like just trailed off as I got to know my husband and was like way too busy. And I was like, who cares? I don't have time for that. And then I came into the AuthorTube in November of 2018, 17, whatever, who knows. And then I think it was a year ago, almost exactly. So that'd be 18, right? No, 17. Who knows? But anyway, it actually was terrifying. I think that was the question, is like, how did you feel about it? It was terrifying because videos, like talking videos, are very different from singing, and I'm sure different from guinea pigs and other stuff too. It's very different. Like each like category and niche is different. So it felt like starting fresh, and I was super awkward to say the same thing as Mandy. You can't help it. You can't help it.
Awkwardness happens.
Yeah, it's just normal.
So I'm gonna hit up Amiri Helfia Hita. I apologize, I'm really bad at names. Who asked, Mandy, how can I make up names of places and people, and also how do I make sure my book has the best plot? So I'm gonna conquer the first question.
Okay.
Make up names / places. I'm not gonna lie, for places, I either just pull something out of the blue or take a place that already exists and kind of like twist it. And for names, babynames.org or .com. I can't remember which.
Here. I like names with meaning. I don't know about you, Mandy, if that's something you like, but I like them to have a little meaning. That's kind of how I pick them. I also pick placeholder names, like because you don't want your names to hold you up from writing your story. So if I'm like I have a couple names right now. I'm on my third, fourth-ish draft, and I don't like a few names, but I'm like, I can fix them. You don't have to keep them. So, it's called find and replace.
It is. I forget. So like for I Am Mercy, I was very specific with like Ada DeLuna's name. Like I forget it right now, but it means something very specific in Latin.
Ooh, cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I had to like play around with it. It's like Helper of the Moon or something like that. I forget exactly, but it definitely it has the word helper and moon in it. So,
okay.
yeah.
Very nice. So that makes me think of so I'm kind of giving a little bit away about my story, but my husband is Persian, so I decided how fun would it be to use some Persian words because I know them from just hanging out with his family and whatnot. And so just some random stuff. Like I named a town after what actually means like God bless you or like goodbye. And things like that. And you guys will see, I don't want to give away too much, but I basically started incorporating words from another language. And I think it's really fun because like fantasy is often, for example, English. Is that what I want to say? Where you have the old English culture?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? I think that's right.
It sounds right.
So anyway, so pulling in other cultures, like Children of Blood and Bone pulled in a lot of African culture and things like that to really pull in and pull from what's out in the world and like make it your own. So that's my tip.
And then as far as plot goes, like making sure your book has a good plot, that's a long discussion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna refer to what's that book called that you like so much?
Save the Cat. Save the Cat writes a novel. For plotting, it's the best, you guys. The best.
It is. You can make a beat sheet and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I don't miss any questions in the comments.
Oh yeah.
A
lot.
Jack Brand says, does anyone know a book that helps with underwriting? I don't know a book that helps with underwriting, but Draft 2 works great for underwriters.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. Draft 1 is a skeleton. Draft 2 is adding everything in.
There's some good videos on YouTube too. I've seen at least 2 that I can think of, and I can't think of who did them, but I remember watching a couple of videos on overwriting and underwriting from some channels. So search it on YouTube. That's my advice.
Spencer Halliday asks, do you prefer to set your book in real places / towns or made up ones? So my first 2 books, Essence and I Am Mercy, everything was real, and I'm actually very excited because for my honeymoon in 2020, I'm actually going to Marseille, France, where I Am Mercy takes place. I've been Googling this place for so long. I've been, like using the little Google like thing that allows you to like stand and see things.
Street view?
Yeah, exactly. But now I can see it in person.
Oh my gosh.
So for like those books, everything was real places, but for She's Not Here, I think the towns were real, but the hospital was a made up hospital. I hope it was a made up hospital.
Yeah, right.
I didn't Google the check.
Yeah. But you were pulling from your experience working in a hospital-ish environment.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I've gone, like, I can't tell you how many times I've been in like the ER and the trauma rooms. It's actually been very cool, but so I didn't have to do like much research for that book. It was fun.
I love that. Yeah, I really wish I would write a hospital book because I'm the same. I worked in like the hospital environment for almost 10 years, but I don't see that working in fantasy.
It's hard. So what I noticed, so like for Essence and I Am Mercy, there was so much nature, and I love describing that.
Yeah.
Not here. A hospital's very boring to
me. Yeah. We're like, there was a wall and another wall. I'm just kidding.
And it was white and clean.
Yes. Cool.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not even gonna attempt your name because it's like Alexandra Noratora. How do you write in different perspectives without giving too much away?
Like different POV?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Huh. Different perspective.
So I don't write in different perspectives.
You only have one POV usually?
Well, so for my first two books, I was one POV. I guess for She's Not Here, I was third person, so I kind of was different perspectives. But see, you can write in different perspectives and give stuff away to the reader, but you like the character doesn't know, so then it creates that tension.
Yeah, definitely.
But besides that, I don't know how to answer that question because I've never done like specifically this chapter's one character, this chapter's the next character. So I can't really give tips on that.
I've done that, but you kind of have too, like thinking if She's Not Here, you've got definitely like a back and forth thing going on. But you're so right. Like sometimes you want the reader to know things and then other times just switch POV. Like if I don't want my reader to know yet where one character's going, I'll switch to the other. That's how I roll. Is like now I don't want them to know for a bit, so let's switch to this one, and it works out for me, I think.
All right, I'm gonna go back to Instagram.
Questions?
Yes. So this comes from Crystal Wolfer. What is your editing process? That's another big question.
That's a huge question. You start. You go for it.
I feel like I don't have an editing process.
Really? You don't?
I'm not defined one yet. I do it differently for every book. For She's Not Here, I always, whenever I was like writing or doing anything, I always had the outline open. And if anything changed in the outline, I edited the outline. I took notes in the outline. There was just so much to remember. And it was the most complex book I've ever written. So I really needed like those two documents open at all times to make sure things were making sense.
Yeah.
But I always have the thing of if you need to think about whether or not it works, you should probably change it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh gosh, editing process, that is a hard one. Like I could go so detailed, like I make a Word doc for every draft and I'll like resave it as a like 4-point draft and then 5-point, like that kind of stuff. Or I could, recently my new process is actually, I used to print things and make notes. And I think it's good to print your novel at least once because seeing it in a different format is huge. It can just make you see things that weren't there, or like even changing font size or whatnot. It just makes you catch things you didn't see. But then now, this time around, I'm using Word's comment feature. You know how you can highlight something? Yeah, and you put a comment on it. I love that.
I do that when I'm like, I know it needs to be fixed and I kind of know how to fix it, but I'm too lazy to actually go ahead and fix it.
Exactly.
It's real bad. Like I'm like, I need to go into more detail. So I highlight it, comment, go into more detail.
Yeah. And I think we both because this is like a topic that could take a whole video. Like we both probably have editing videos. I'm pretty sure you do.
I think so.
I think so too. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we could point you guys to those because that's a huge topic.
It is. And then I have, that is a very complicated username. What's your biggest challenge in writing?
Okay, biggest challenge.
Sorry. I have a quick answer.
There you go.
Starting.
That's what I was gonna say. I was literally gonna say that. I'm like, just starting, like just getting going. Yeah. Yeah, so true.
Okay, I see a few questions. So this one comes from Amari. How do you make the best book trailer? So I have a few videos on how to make a book trailer. I'm just gonna refer you to those. So just go on my channel and like type in book trailer, and I think I have like 2 or 3 videos on book trailers. But for She's Not Here, I used all stock, like free stock footage. I was so proud of myself. And it's just, think of it not as a book trailer. Think of your book as a movie. How would you want that movie trailer to look?
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. Definitely.
Did you have anything to add on that?
I do. I have a little bit.
Okay.
So I made one too, but I don't want to like spoil it, but I would say make it moving because people only have, I heard once they have a 3-second attention span. And so keep it moving. Make sure you include your synopsis. Make sure you include your book cover and release date.
That's true. At the end of the video, you got to have that release date in your book cover. And release date with a year. When I did the book trailer for Essence, I just did the month and the day. And I didn't put the year, so I'm like, oh.
Uh-oh, shoot. Yes. And it's okay to make mistakes. Obviously, we both have made mistakes. You'll be fine. Just go for it.
Karen wants to know, do I have an idea for my next novel yet? The answer is short and simple, no. This one comes from Den3L_33. Have you thought about doing book reviews?
Oh, yeah. That question. Okay, you start. Because I don't even know if they mean like us doing them or like asking for them. Do you know what they meant?
I assume like doing book reviews.
Oh, like reading other people's?
There's a very good reason why, well, you don't do book reviews either, right, Bethany? Okay. So there's a reason why neither of us do book reviews. It's because it complicates things as an author to do book reviews. It makes things awkward if you ever meet that author and you left a bad review. And it can burn bridges before bridges are formed. And, we still do like, the blurb book reviews. If a friend needs like a blurb and we like their book, we'll give them like a 1-sentence review. I still leave reviews, not even reviews. I leave ratings on Goodreads, but I have a very difficult time like reviewing a book unless I like outrageously love it. Or if I didn't like it, but I feel like I didn't like it just because it wasn't a book for me, I'll say that in the review rather than be like, I hated it because of this. I'll be like, I didn't like it, but the genre isn't really my cup of tea to start with, so that's why. But I feel like someone else would probably like this book.
That's really smart because I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was you who said this, but there will always be people who don't like a book, but there's also always somebody who will like the book, so you don't ever want to turn people off. Yeah. Was that you who said that?
Yeah. I always say that. I'm like, just because you didn't like a book doesn't mean someone else won't. There's always a book out there for someone.
Yes. Okay. I knew it was you. I was like, that stuck with me because that was really smart. Like, don't ever turn people off. Absolutely. And the other thing is people, like, if you're wanting to grow your author platform, people are going to like look up what you've done. So you never want to be a negative influence. You want to be a positive influence. Unless you really want to be a negative influence.
Like, especially if, God forbid, you really hardcore criticize an author for doing one thing incorrectly, but then you yourself you don't even realize you're doing the same exact thing incorrectly. It makes you a hypocrite.
Yeah.
None of us are perfect. There's no such thing as like a perfect novel. Even the New York Times, like I just read Restore Me by Tahira Mafi. Loved it.
Yeah.
However, it took me about 10 chapters to get back to think like this is a good book. Like until then, I'm like, this is moving real slow. Nothing's going on. But then once it kicked in, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, totally. And like I've done books like that, so I don't want to say anything. Just
exactly. Look, there's no such thing as perfect book. There's no such thing as I think there's no such thing as a terrible book.
I like that.
Finishing a book in the first place is a victory. So I don't think anyone should ever,
never criticize.
Be nice to each other.
Oh yeah.
I have another question. This one comes from author Charity Ryan, who says, what's the biggest tip you would give to someone releasing their book very soon? And FYI, she is releasing her book very soon.
Read a Barrett, you guys. Check it out.
So feel free to find her on Instagram. I'm trying to think, does she have a YouTube channel?
I think so. Well, she has a YouTube trailer of her book. I'm going to Google it for you while you chat and answer.
Okay. So my biggest tip to give someone releasing their book very soon, I want to say, I'm trying to think, you're already in the process of releasing. So like my biggest tip, I guess, would be don't set your hopes too high. Just because when you like think you're going to be like a huge success, and I still have days like this where like I think, oh, this is going to go great. It's going to make this many sales. When you make specific goals like that and you don't reach those goals, you get really like you doubt yourself, you doubt your career, you doubt everything you've done. You get really self-discriminate. I don't know what the word is, but you make everything you just accomplished feel like you didn't accomplish anything. And that's so outrageously wrong to do to yourself, because just getting that far is something to celebrate. And it doesn't matter if you reach your sale goal or not.
Yep, absolutely. 100% agree, because you don't, how do I say it? You don't ever, oh gosh, like most people come into it with just I want to sell 1 million books, and like, I don't have a platform with 1 million people following me, so why would I sell 1 million books? You know what I mean? But like, this one book is a stepping stone. You need it to get to the next book that's going to bring you, like, grow your platform, and it's going to grow and grow and grow. So like, this is like the first snowball that you're going to start rolling, if you know what I mean. And be proud of your snowball. Be proud of it. That's my advice, is like, don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to just say what you love about it, because the best marketing is really just being excited yourself, if that makes sense. I think
it makes sense. I see it. I'm just going to answer this question real quick. So this is from Book Feaster. Will I Am Mercy make me cry, Mandi? I'm excited to read it soon.
I have them.
I've had more people tell me that Essence makes them cry.
Okay.
I definitely went into I Am Mercy hoping it'll trigger some stuff.
Hoping?
That's a good thing and not a bad thing.
Like, I hope they cry.
I love making people cry.
Oh my gosh.
And I see another question, and I want Bethany to answer it. And it comes from Alexandra Noratora. Will you collab a book together?
Should I answer it?
Answer.
Guys, this may or may not be our huge announcement. We are co-writing a book together. Wait, we're co-writing a series together.
Good news. That was perfect. I saw that. I'm like, oh, good. It's right around the time where we wanted to announce it. I got through all the questions. This is great. I was so excited.
I wish I created like a Post-it so it could be like a slide. We're writing a book together.
Oh. So yes, we are writing a book. We said we would share the genre, right?
Yep.
Okay.
This is good to check with each other.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't remember. Before I share the genre, I do want to mention that we aren't sharing the title of the book. We're going to be sharing the title of the book on Thursday on Bethany's channel. So make sure you subscribe. Her channel is in the description, or you can just, put in Bethany Atazadeh if you can figure out how to spell her last name.
Yeah, good luck. Oh my God, they're guessing. Okay. I want people to guess the genre because I see two guess it. Or Peggy's like, is it fiction or is it nonfiction? What do you guys think?
Some people will know the general genre if they think of what I wrote during NaNoWriMo.
Did you say? Did you actually like?
I just said like whether it was fiction or nonfiction.
Nice. Okay. Yep. Totally. All the details, Peggy says.
Oh my God.
This is like seriously, we've been, how long have we kept this a secret now? Since August?
We started like,
Right?
I think the idea came when we were talking about it. Yes, we did. Okay, here's another hint. Bethany and I did a collab video during the Wanderer Writers Retreat about this topic.
That's right.
And when we did that collab video, we realized we both wanted to write a book on the same subject. So we were like,
and it literally, you guys, has been so seamless. We're both like, I like this side and I like this side. Let's make it work together.
exactly. Like when it comes to because the way we're not co-writing it in like the traditional, like you write one chapter, I write another chapter, because taxes make things difficult, people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So one, like we have one book, then the other person's writing the other book, then the other person's writing the other book. And it's honestly, the process has been going so well. We've all been on the same page.
Mm-hmm. It's been so fun.
And I don't think anyone has actually guessed the subject matter.
I don't think so either.
It looks like, okay, so I'm going to say it now. We are writing a nonfiction together.
Yep.
So you guys have that right. We are writing a nonfiction, but no one has guessed the subject matter yet.
Should we give them more time or should we?
I think what's another hint we can give them?
We really like, no, I'm not good at hinting. I just say it. You guys.
Oh
my gosh.
I want them to guess it.
Me too.
Okay. So it's about the subject matter is technically my day job.
Ooh, very true. I like that. I like that. Oh my gosh.
Also, technically, my day job just changed to a different job, but it's still in the same genre. So it's not about writing. It's I see. Oh, I didn't see the correct answer was already.
I know. I see it too. I see it in there.
Okay. So Timmy wins with the correct answer of marketing.
Yay! We love to market.
It is a book series on marketing, not just boring old marketing, but how to market your book.
Yeah. Specifically, we're helping you guys sell your books, and we've got tons of ideas, like many, many books of ideas.
Lots of books. And we can't reveal how many books because in case things change.
Yeah.
But just know that book 1 and book 2 are already in the works and they are coming together fabulously.
Yeah, they're pretty much like half done, both of them, which is crazy.
I want to say more than half done.
I'd say more than half done too, yeah. They just come out so fast.
Like, they do.
We were talking about how I was trying to say without revealing it on Twitter that, I could write twice as much as with fiction. And it just comes out because it's your voice. You're not trying to be somebody else. You're just writing what you would say, like in a conversation. And it's amazing.
And there's no plot.
There's no plot. Although, super fun side note, if you guys are curious about nonfiction, it is fun to tell stories still, and so we're incorporating that. So more of that on Thursday.
Indeed. So that's that, and then also, okay. So
what? You got another secret?
The next news is BookCon that we both have talked about.
Yeah.
Neither of us really consulted. Are we allowed to talk about it? We were both just so excited that we let the cat out of the bag. So we're both going to BookCon. We're both sharing a booth at BookCon. I have that booth number, but I forgot what said booth number is.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Just know we are right by Kristen Martin and
Julia.
Willow. Yes, Julia Willow. So all the author tubers are in one happy little spot, so you can buy all our books. And yeah, and Jessie Elliott, if she's still there, she's gonna be there as an attendee.
Yay! We're gonna have so much fun, you guys. I hope other people come meet us.
Yes. And also there is Brittany Wang will also be there as an attendee. Yeah. It's gonna be, this will be the best BookCon ever, is what
pretty much. 2015 is where it's at. And Peggy says in the comments, she's like, Mandi, you do know what you're writing next, because you totally do.
Okay, I don't know what my next novel is.
There you go.
This is a big project. A series is a big project. Hi, Natalia. So it's a series on marketing, which means this is like at least a year-long commitment, possibly more.
Yeah.
So
we definitely jumped in and committed, and we're just having so much fun.
Oh my God, yes. We've been talking all the time. And I'm not even thinking about writing novels right now. Bethany's the opposite. She's like Superwoman, doing like novels and nonfiction at the same time. I personally, I have a wedding to plan.
2 big projects is the max. So you've got 2 and I've got 2. 3 would be just killer. Actually, 2 big projects is a lot. So just speaking from, in case you guys are curious, I cannot seem to do both in one day. It's like either it's a nonfiction day or it's a fiction day, and it's not both.
I can get that. Yeah. I think if I was doing 2, things like you are, like craziness, I'd probably be the same way, because you got to like put on that hat. It's just sort of like some days when it comes to author stuff, I can either do the business side or the writing side. Like I can't do both. Like my brain is usually in one spot and one spot only.
That's exactly what it is a hat. Like you can't go from creative to business back and forth very easily. People try, and I've tried, but it tends to just make you waste time because you got to transition. So yeah. That's a really good point for time management. I've been trying to very much focus on one thing at a time versus hop around.
I'm trying to think I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
In terms of news, I feel as if a weight has been lifted.
Yeah, now we can talk about it.
It's great. Like everyone's always been like, what are you writing? Whenever I post about it on Instagram, they're like, what are you writing?
And you're like, it's a secret. I can't tell you.
Stuff.
Now you can tell the world. And we will be announcing, I think we said this already, but the title on Thursday, so you guys will know a little bit more. Mandi, do you think we'll do just the first book subject, or will we talk about all of them, or maybe because they'll change?
I think we'll give the exact, so we're going to give you the series, the title of the series, the title of book 1, and then why not be generous? We'll tell you what the topic of book 2 is.
Yes, score.
We definitely don't have the title yet.
And cover reveal coming soon. If I could put like a little subtitle, I would. Like coming soon. BD.
And pre-order as well. And if you would just like to stay in the loop, you can subscribe to my newsletter, to Bethany's newsletter. And I know for a fact when you subscribe to both of ours, you get free stuff. So
yep.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff. We're very writerly focused, so we will help you write your book, as you probably know.
Indeed. And I have I know you've got I think templates, right? You have templates.
Yep, good memory. And you have a thing on writer's block. No, wait. Nope. Wait. Oh, you're making me, okay.
I have 2 downloads. I can't remember what they are, so I don't really expect you to
remember.
One of them is on writer's block, and then the other one I think is how to write more daily or something like that. And then I have a webinar, an hour-long webinar on your author platform. So marketing.
Nice. Yeah, I signed up before you did the second one, but her writer's block one, guys, totally sucked me in. I'm like, I need this. I need to know what it is.
And I call it mid-book syndrome. It's a sickness you get when you're halfway through the book.
That's right. That was very catchy.
My mom's dog says hi. Hi, Dawson. Or we call him Dinkadoo because we're weird like that.
Is that the Aussie? super sidetracked.
No, Aussie is Phil's mom's dog.
Oh.
My mom's dog is a little Shih Tzu.
Nice. Aw.
And Moon is great. Timmy was asking how Moon is. I don't know where he is, but he's been having, the best life a cat can have.
Spoiled, right?
All right. So I think that is it for us. We are going to sign off, and be sure to subscribe to Bethany's channel so you can see more announcements. And we're also going to be talking more about just what it's been like writing nonfiction. So be sure to subscribe so you can get all of that. Otherwise, bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Yay.